You know what? I talked to my wife's parents about exactly this thing. I did it a little differently because I had access to video equipment, and so what we did is we set my wife's mom and dad down, and we spent a couple of hours talking about their lives separately and together. And my wife's dad passed away a couple of months after that, and so we were particularly pleased that we had taken the time to do that. Dee Dee's, my guest, says you don't have to put it on video. You can put it on paper. You can write your life story in 28 days. Why 28, Dee?
Well, this came about because I have another book that I use as a workbook in workshops that I teach, and a lot of the older people, especially that I would talk to, would say, oh, I will never get this done. It'll take me forever. And I thought, you know, it really doesn't have to. They don't have to write every single detail of their life. All they need to do is get down the most meaningful events.
But
so
right now, there are people, Dee, you know, watching and saying, well, you know, maybe somebody else could do that. But there is no way in the world. It just seems far too involved, and I don't have the time to do that. Do you take a little time every day of the 28 days?
Yes. And that's how the book is laid out, so that every day you have an exercise. I give you a couple of ideas for exercises to do. There's a theme for every day. It starts out easy, so the first day, for instance, you're just writing down the details of when and where you were born, where your parents were born, their names and that type of thing. And then it progresses up so that each day you're doing a little bit more. For instance, by day 6, I believe it is, you're writing a character description of your parents. And so every day has an exercise. By the end, it might take a couple of hours. The first day, maybe only 15 minutes.
I still hear people making excuses out there. I hear their voices.
There are some people who always will.
And some people, but see this as an insurmountable challenge because they say, well, maybe it was easy for you to do in 28 days, Dee, but I'm not a writer. I don't find it easy to write. What do you say to those people?
The first 2 or 3 chapters in the book actually have writing tips. So it gives them that background on how to do, and they don't have to be professional writers. In fact, what I tell people is pretend you're writing a letter to a friend. Even if you have to, start out the top of the page by saying, dear so-and-so, when I met Jim or whoever your spouse is, you know, and talk about that in that way as if you're writing a letter to a friend.
Does anybody write letters to friends anymore?
No, and that's part of the problem. Because, you know, it used to be that we would tell stories to our children and grandchildren, and we would write letters. And a lot of people, historians, use those letters as background for writing their family history. But no, you know, the storytelling turned to TV and letter writing turned to email, and we don't do that anymore.
I will bet you that my mother-in-law, Desi Boyer, is watching right now. And if she isn't, why not?
Yeah.
But I'll bet you that she does because she watches almost every morning. Desi, you know how tough it is to get anything out of you. It's like pulling teeth. Yeah. She's talkative. She's a conversationalist until you say, well, tell me about the days when you were, right? And then she starts giving you one-word answers, or it's trying to drag information out of Desi. Why?
Right. You know, I don't know. My mother actually was the same way.
Really?
And I got involved in this through writing my grandmother's stories. And she, when I first asked her to write her life story, again, that just seemed so overwhelming to her. And so I said, well, just tell me about how you met Granddad. And she did. So she told me that story. So then I would ask her, well, tell me about a typical day when you were a child. So she would tell me about the things they did. If you do it that way and just keep saying, well, how did you feel about that? Or, I mean, you know, that's a typical psychiatrist question. But just ask more questions to draw out more from them. Don't accept yes and no answers.
And you know what? We had exactly that experience last week. Duffy and I happened to be in my mother-in-law's house. And we started talking because we were interested in a facet of that period when she was growing up in Oklahoma. And the more we asked questions, the longer the responses were. And fascinating period of time in her life, and a period of time that we never lived and would not understand, without electricity, living on a ranch, all of those things. Fascinating stuff. And if you don't think that your life is interesting enough, well, here's the answer. You're wrong. Isn't that right, Dee? Everybody's
Exactly.
life is interesting, but who's going to read it?
Well, if we don't push this to get published. At least I don't, because most life stories really are not publishable.
No, but who in the family is going to be
exactly,
interested?
the children, the grandchildren, and who knows how many future generations. I mean, I would love to have had stories from my great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents. And right now we think, well, there's nothing interesting, but 100 years from now, look how things will have changed. Look how much has changed in the last 20 and 30 years. And who knows what it'll be like 100 years from now. And for us to just tell about even emails and computers, we think that's standard, but that'll all be different years from now. It may not exist at all. But so we need to write about the life we're living right now, because future generations won't know if we don't tell them.
Since this book came out, have you found that there are people who say nobody's going to be interested?
Yes.
I've enjoyed my life, and my spouse and I have enjoyed living together, but my grandchildren aren't interested. That's not true.
Well, that's not true. At least if they're young, it may be true right now, but when they're older, I think about the time you start getting in your 30s and 40s, that's when you start realizing, gee, there is more to this world than just me. And you start wondering about your ancestors and your past and the history and where your family came from and why they ended up here. And I mean, your family came from Ireland at some point. And,
Right.
You know, do you know those stories?
No.
See?
No.
Don't you
and
wish you
and
did?
I never met my father's parents because they had passed away long before I was born.
See?
I would love to
Sure.
find a document that just said, this is who we were.
Right.
Ah,
Right. And the stories behind them. And this is not anything like genealogy, because that deals in places and names and dates, and this is the stories behind those people. And
okay, but what
that's
good
we
is the
need
book going
get.
to do me?
The book is going to get you to write all of that down and get the stories down. The book is about the stories, not the facts.
So this will draw people out if they think that it's just too overwhelming to begin. The book is designed to kind of stimulate the muse, the creativity inside.
Right. If they just do the exercises every day, they'll have written at least one or two stories about their childhood, their careers, their family life, their courtship and marriage, their retirement, their philosophy on life, challenges they've overcome, special people in their life. They will have written all of that in 28 days if they just do the exercises.
And you can just make notes in the book. That's what's nice, because as each chapter, I happen to open this book, for me, a most entertaining challenge. The places you've lived and the schools you've attended. Well, just with me, put a map on the wall and toss a dart, and I've probably been there because my parents traveled a great deal. But just a paragraph like that stopped me and said, wow, you know what? I don't remember before this, but from this time on, and here are some adventures that I had, or here are some things that happened when I was there. That's the whole purpose of the book, isn't it?
It is. And I also do workshops, and I have one coming up on November 22nd.
I was hoping that you'd mention it.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
where is it?
So it's at the Marie Callender's at it's 865 South Dobson Road in Mesa. And
Okay, the
it'll be
Marie
in
Callender's in Mesa, 865
South Dobson
South
Road.
Dobson. Do we have to call somebody to make reservations?
Yes, call me.
And how do I get you? Oh, there it is.
should
That's your
be right
phone
there.
number. And that's also your website.
Yes.
And this is your book, Write
Yes.
Your Life Story in 28 Days. What time is the workshop, by the way?
It's actually from 9:30 to 4. It's an all-day workshop, and it includes a copy of the book and lunch.
Because listen, if it takes you 28 days to write your life story, for crying out loud, the least you could do is spend a few hours on that day finding out how to do it. This is Pat McMahon. Stick around.